Giddens. I am a keynote speaker. I'm an author, obviously, and a lifestyle strategist. I'm also I mentioned I'm a keynote speaker. I'm also the founder and CEO of Inner Peace Creations. We are a training and speaking services organization. And I am, like I said, very excited to be here today. So let me tell you about my books. The very first book that I wrote when I turned 50 years old, I asked myself, what have you learned in 50 years? So what I've learned in 50 years, I decided to make a list. And when I made that list, the list just kept going and going and going and going, and then I ended up with 365 things that I've learned in 50 years. So what I decided to do was write a little story about my life, of the life lessons that I've learned, and just created something that people can use as a guide to kind of transform their life. I feel like right now in my life, I'm in the sweet spot. At 52 years old, I'm in the sweet spot. I'm working in the things that I love to do. I'm walking in my purpose, and I'm absolutely excited and happy every single day of my life. And I want to share that with other people. So what I do as a lifestyle strategist, I help 9-to-5ers, because I'm still a 9-to-5er as well as a business owner. So I help other 9-to-5ers to inspire them to live their dreams. Every 9-to-5er that I know, that I've ever talked to, they have a dream. Either they want to finish a college degree, they want to write a book, and they may not necessarily want to be an entrepreneur, but they may want to move up in their organization. So I help them with tools in order to be able to do that. So what I do is I use this book to kind of help them to find their purpose, because I feel like when you find your purpose, you're really walking in what you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like everybody in this room has a purpose. So if you would allow me, I would just like to read something to you that I wrote in the book about purpose. So, in my mother's womb, as I laid snuggled, I had a conversation with God. And the conversation went a little something like this. God, what am I supposed to be doing when I get to earth? What am I supposed to be doing? What do you want me to do? So what he said to me is, you know what, Loronda, you have a purpose, and I want you to fulfill that purpose. So I said to him, well, who am I? He says, you are a child of the Most High, and which much is given, much is required. And then I said, well, God, what do you want me to do with my life? And he said, Loronda, your purpose is to elevate the consciousness of humanity using the power of your words. You are a teacher, you are a healer, and you are a life changer, and you're going to change the world by using the power of your words. So a lot of times what happens in life is, thank you. A lot of times what happens in life is, and if you guys pass by my table, you'll see a bunch of sticky notes. And those sticky notes to me represent layers, peeling back the layers of your life. And those layers represent lack of self-confidence, low self-esteem, money issues, daddy issues. It could be guilt, it could be shame, it could be a number of different things that have you to lose sight of that purpose. And I feel like all of my life, I've had that little tap on my shoulder or a little breadcrumb leading me back to my purpose. But a lot of times when we get that little tap on the shoulder, we just kind of dismiss it because we want to do what we want to do. And at some point, I was doing what I wanted to do. And when I turned 50 years old, I felt like I was at a crossroads in my life. I felt like I had gone as far as I could go on this particular road. And then all of a sudden, a new road just opened up. And I said, well, I haven't been down that road before. Let me go down there and see what's going on. And when I shifted and moved down that side, because I could have kept going on that same road that I was on, but I felt something pulling me in another direction. When I got to that other direction, I felt that I was walking in a spiritual path, that path of my purpose. And like I said, my life has opened up so much since literally changing the trajectory of my life. And that literally happened in 2013. In 2012, I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was in my final year of graduate school, and my whole life just literally opened up. So sometimes you will find your purpose when something tragic happens in your life, but your purpose was there long before the tragedy happened. So we can't use that as an excuse or use that as a crutch. Well, this happened in my life when I finally found my purpose. That purpose has always been there, and I think at some point you get led back to that purpose. So I encourage each and every person in this room, if you're getting that tap on your shoulder, if there's something else that you're supposed to be doing with your life, then do it. Like literally shift and do that thing, and I promise you your entire life will open up. Thank you so much, you guys.